What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a fabulous, wonderful, amazing day. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Marie. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you guys stick around and have fun and you learn something. So today we're going to be talking about different types of pens, and that is a very broad topic. There are so many pens. You got your gel pens, your roller balls, your ballpoint, your fountain, your dip pen, maybe you have refillable, maybe you have a novelty pen. I truly enjoy novelty pens. I think they are very cute. So with all the different types of pens, how do you decide which one is the best? Well, it is truly personal preference. So we're gonna go out to the store and we're going to find different types of pens and start testing them out to see what works best. Again, is going to be complete personal preference, but we are going to Michael's. Now, one might think I am joking about how difficult it is to select a pen, but I'm going to show you how many different options you have, and you're going to see how difficult it truly can be. Now, for the last couple months, I have definitely bought a lot more pens than I buy normally. And something that I have noticed very quickly is that some of the pens will bleed through the paper. And so my plan to use both sides of the papers have severely decreased because the ink has bled onto the next page. Most of the time you can't blame the pen, sometimes it is also the paper, so you have to find the right combination. Let's look at this. Really, with all the different types of pens you can buy, you got a lot of work to do to find the one that's going to work the best for you based on your style of journaling. So we have our elegant writers right here. If you like the idea of the fountain pens, which I do love, I just think that they are very difficult to use. You know, you have to constantly buy ink and that can get pricey, and that's not really my style. I tested out a type of fountain pen and I can't say I enjoyed it that much. So you've also got your brush pens, your graphic pens. If you're artsy, you plan on doing pictures in your journals, maybe try this style of pen. But again, be mindful of the type of journal that you have. You can do colored pens if that's your style. Here are your Papermates, very basic pens. Now you've got your gel pens. These, honestly, I think are some of the more fun, but they're also the ones that take a little bit longer to dry out. Markers are dangerous because these are the ones that might be leaking through your paper onto the next page. And if you feel safer using pencils in your journals, that is perfectly okay too. Find your favorite types of pencils. Do you want a mechanical pencil? Do you want a pencil that you have to sharpen? Absolutely your call. Also, do you want colored pencils? Okay, so I'm thinking to test this, truly test this with the brush pens and markers, we're going to have to obviously buy some. Thankfully, they have singles, so I can get just one of these. It's a water-based and it has two tips. You have the brush and you have the pen. So we can get this one and we can kind of just see. Luckily, I have plenty of Sharpies at home, so I won't have to purchase one here. But we will have to purchase a couple of these gel pens. So I always get the black because I feel like that is generally the color that my journals are written in. So those are the ones that I'm going to need to compare the most. So right now I have Tombow, Jelly Roll, and Papermate. Oh, here's an Artist Loft. I'm just going through and I am grabbing one of each. Ooh, a fine liner pen. I need that. Ta-da! Another thing, look at the prices as you go. You'll notice that they're ranging anywhere from $1.25 all the way up to $4.49. I already have a fountain pen at home. I'll use that one to kind of show you guys what I'm noticing with the pens. I have pencils at home. They are mechanical, but those will work for the moment. Should I get, I would get, oh wait, I was gonna say I get these if I could get just one. Look, I can get just one. I usually don't use brush markers very often, but I think this would be one. Oh my goodness. Is this, I can't say that I am going to be getting anything like this. Maybe at some point we'll come back and do that. We're definitely going back home to test a whole lot of options for different pens you can use. Let's do it. It's a windy type of success. I bought six different styles of writing utensils. We've got markers, we've got pens, we've got pencils. I have a couple at home that we're gonna test out, but once I get home, I'm gonna grab a journal and we're gonna see what type of pens work best in the types of journals I have. We can't say that they're going to be great for yours, but hey, you'll have an idea of what is out there. All right, so we have made it back home. I've got all of my pens set up to test them out and kind of show you guys what I've been running into and what I've been noticing about pens as I go through my journaling practice. One of the first things I notice is how much the pens will leak through any pages of papers, or how much they will kind of feather out or kind of blend into the type of paper. Also, how much they will smear if you try to highlight them. All things that I have been testing out in my bullet journal and on here. I've done actually a couple pages of this just to kind of see. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the Tombow ABT N15. It's a water-based pen. I like that it has kind of like the paint style tip. I think that's really cool. Do I know how to use this? Not even a little bit. But basically, for what I've noticed is when I do a lot of my journaling, main things I will use are writing, plain writing, and a lot of dots. Maybe like little crosses, like to cross things out. But those are the main things I will do. And then on the other side, we have a shorter tip. That's gonna be for more detail. So that is just gonna be something like that, nice and easy. After that, we've got the Jelly Roll. I love gel pens. I will never be one to not love a gel pen. I think they are some of the best pens that you can get. So let's kind of see. Forgot a dot. So as you can see so far, there's like really no bleeding of either of these. Like they dry pretty quickly as well, so nothing's smearing. I'm kidding. The gel pen totally smeared. You can see that right there. So that's a downside of gel pens. They take a little bit to dry, so you have to be a little bit more patient with them. All right, after that we have the Staedtler? It's a fine liner, and I found this one interesting because it's actually like, it's triangle shaped. So you definitely hold it differently, which, is this a good thing? I don't know, but it's a very fine liner. I thought that was pretty cool. So there's little dots, there's a line. That looks like it dried pretty fast, so that's handy. Now we have our Artist Loft 0.7 millimeter. It's a gel pen, so it's probably gonna have the same issue as the Jelly Roll, that it doesn't dry fast. Yep, had the exact same issue. For somebody who has no patience, stuff like this I absolutely cannot have. So right now, this and this one are bad choices for someone like me. I need stuff that is going to dry pretty fast. So here's the other Staedtler pigment liner. This one is the 0.05, so it is even smaller than the last one. Honestly, I will admit, I've been using this in my bullet journal recently, and I think it is actually pretty fantastic for outlining different pages, new pages and everything. I love it. And then I have a pencil, which is fantastic. I'm like so excited to use a pencil because now I can show off my cute little bubble tea erasers because it doesn't have an eraser, so I have to use one of my little babies. They're so cute. I cannot get over these pencil erasers. So you got that. We got our little dots. Got the line. Does it erase? Not even a little bit. Oh no, this did absolutely nothing, which is weird because it absolutely did erase another pencil that I had, but for some reason it is not erasing this one. That's not good. Here's another pencil I've been using, just to show you that this eraser does work. See? It can erase, but the problem is with the eraser is the cap of my tea came off. Put it back. All right. Problem I've been noticing is when you erase, like you still see that. I have yet to find a pencil that is not going to leave these marks. I'm trying to write as light as possible to outline my pages. So far has not been working. All right, now we got a basic Sharpie. I don't know why you would be doing a journal with a Sharpie. Maybe it's what you got. Totally fine. You know Sharpies don't do anything. You don't have to wait for them to dry. And then we've got our 0.7 millimeter gel pen. They're the roller ball pen, not a gel pen. but it kind of acts like one sometimes. There we go. And last but not least, all right, I was gonna show you guys this pen, but it is like basically completely dried up. Maybe we'll get it. This is the downside of these pens. Even when you put the caps on, they will dry out. I can't say I am very fond of these fountain pens. They've honestly, this one has given me nothing but trouble since I got it. But see, it does the same thing. Again, I am not patient. Like, I need these things to dry pretty quickly. Another thing we can test is to see how well they handle highlighters. So we will highlight the dots. Let's see. So that one, you can see how it kind of smeared. So that's great. Not so much on that one. That one, see, this one didn't smear. That's pretty awesome. This one did, this one did. Let's see how the artist loft. We don't count the smear that I did. This one actually held up pretty well. That one did pretty good. Well, this one barely showed up at all, so it's also a pencil. They can't do much, I suppose. Oh, wow. Yeah, the 5 below. Okay, so if you're gonna journal, now we know, don't do this one. Especially if you wanna highlight it, don't do the fountain pen. But these are the different things you have to look out for when you start journaling and you have to be wary of. I'm gonna show you the other thing that I've been running into. This is the back of the page. You can see clearly where the Sharpie and the rollerball pen have clearly bled through to the back of this page. I've run into that so many times in my journal, and it is possibly one of the most devastating things I've seen. But this is how you learn what to do and what not to do, because you'll see a lot of the pages have, or all of the dots are bleeding in from the next page onto this one. And it's like it's crazy how much these bleed through to the second page. It could be that it's the style of paper I've got. It's very thin, so it's not going to hold very well to these pens that bleed straight through. So you have to like kind of test it out and kind of decide for yourself what kind of pen you're willing. Are you willing to overlook the fact that it will bleed through to the next page? Maybe this is the reason you only write on one page of your journal, because of these pens that bleed through. Is it the paper? Is it the pen? Hard to say. But at the end of the day, your choice on what you make. Let me know what kind of pen you would be using in your journal. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys have learned something along with me, because I really did enjoy testing out all of these different pens. But before we go, I have my daily journal prompt for you. I would love to know what's on your mind right now. Leave a comment down below, and just remember, I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I am thankful for you. Bye!